Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Prince Automation Destination. This is Prince. So today we are going to discuss about relative locators in Selenium. This is one of the most widely asked interview question as well. Now let us try to understand what are relative locators. So relative locators are the locators which are introduced in Selenium 4. These locators allows us to find elements based on the visual position related to other elements on the page. So for example, on one web page, we are unable to locate some of the element because of non-unique attributes, or the attributes are not available for a particular element. But on the other hand, we can locate other elements. So what we will do is we will locate the element which we can locate, and with respect to that particular element, we can locate other elements based on their visual position. So this is where relative locators are going to help us. So this is particularly useful when the desired element which we are trying to locate does not have attributes and is difficult to locate. So in such cases, we are going to use relative locators. There are five type of relative locators Selenium 4 has provided: to left of, to right of, above, below, and near. So let us try to understand one by one. What does to left of means? It will help locating the element to the left of specified element. So specified element is nothing but a reference element that we are able to locate. So we will locate that reference element, and using that reference element, we will try to locate one element to the left of this particular web element, right? Similarly, to right of, to locate the element to the right of the specified element, above to locate the element above specified element, and below to locate the element below the specified element, near to locate the element within some reasonable distance of specified element. What is this reasonable distance? So reasonable distance should be less than 50 pixel, right? Now what is the like how it internally works? So Selenium internally uses one function, that is get bounding client rect, to determine the size and position of elements on the page, and uses this information to locate the neighboring elements. So this is how it internally works, right? So this is the syntax of writing the relative locators. So we are going to write the same syntax, driver.find element, and inside that we are going to write the relative locator syntax. So relative locator, which is a class, dot with, this is the locator that we are trying to locate, and we are trying to locate to the right of this particular specified element or a reference element, meaning we have located one web element, and with respect to this web element, we are trying to locate one element to the right of this particular web element with tag name button. Similarly, instead of web element, we can use by as well. So these are the two syntaxes that we can utilize. Now let us try to understand them practically using the demonstration, right? So for the demonstration purpose, I'm going to use a sample source demo app, right? So I'll be logging into this particular application. Then I'm going to, through automation admin, now right now I'm doing it manually, right? I'll be entering the credentials, and then after I'll be clicking on OK, login admin, and then I will try to locate this particular source labs backpack. And with respect to this source labs backpack, I will try to locate left element, right element, and above, below, as well as near. So this is what I will try to locate, right? So now for that purpose, let me jump onto IntelliJ, right? So what I have done in IntelliJ is I have set up one sample Maven project. So I have one form.xml where I'm using Selenium version 4.19. I have created one class, relative locators, right? And have main method. Now let me write the basic syntax to launch the driver. So WebDriver driver equal to new Chrome driver, right? So as we are using Selenium version 4.19, we don't need to worry about downloading the driver exe, and don't need to even set up the path, because same is taken care by Selenium for internally. Now we are going to write driver.get, and now we need this particular URL. So this information I already kept in this particular notepad, right? So this is source demo. Next thing is we need to find element of username, right? Find element by.id, and I have already kept this username, right? And dot send case to input the value. I'll be inputting the value later from the site send case, and driver dot find element by dot id, password I mean, right? So in this case it is going to be password dot send case. So these are the username and password. So username, let me enter here, and this is going to be the password. So let me enter password. So this information is available on the site as well, right? Now the next thing is we need to click on login, right? So by.id again. So this is the ID for login button, right? I have already located it. You can locate in your case. So dot click, right? Next thing is we are going to use this particular element, right? So this is what we just discussed. After logging in, we will try to locate this particular element, and with respect to this particular element, we will use relative locators to locate the relative elements, right? Now let me come to IntelliJ once again, and let me try to locate this particular element. Find element by dot xpath, right? And let me go to notepad. Here I have kept the xpath. So this is how we can get the element, right? Now web element and backpack, give it name backpack, right? So what we'll do now, let us confirm that it is working fine. So backpack dot get text, and then we will try to locate related locators, right, one by one. So you will see it will launch Chrome browser, and it will like log into the application, and it will try to get this particular locator and will try to print the text, right? So if you see, it has printed the text, right? One more thing we are going to use, we are going to maximize this, right? So driver.find element or driver.manage.window.maximize actually to maximize the window, right? Now we are able to locate this particular element, right? Next thing what we want is, let us try to locate this particular element to the left, right? So for that purpose, we are going to use to left of, right? Okay, so what is the syntax? So we are going to write driver dot find element, and here we are going to write relative locator dot with, right? So what we want to locate by dot tag name. Let me show you actually. So let me go here. So to left of this particular thing, we have one image, right? So let us find it, right? So if you will see, this has one image, right? ing. Okay. Now what we need to do, we can provide ing here, right? But with reference to which element we need to locate. So we need to locate with respect to this backpack, right? So to left of, right? So if you will notice, to left of is expecting two type of argument, by locator and web element, right? So we can use anything. In our case, we have already located the element, so we can provide element. So backpack, right? Now we will be able to locate the left element. So let me give it name web element left element, right? And let me, so if you go to that site, it has one attribute alt. So we'll try to get this particular alt text, right? So left element dot get attribute we can use, and we can pass alt, right? So when we'll try to print alt, when we'll try to get alt and print, we will be able to print this particular information, right? So we can add one thing, left locator alt is, okay, and let me run it. So let me come here. We are not closing the windows, so let us add that thing as well. So left locator alt is 𝐒𝐞𝐥𝐚𝐭𝐢𝐯 labs backpack. So this is what it has printed, correct? So this is how we can locate the element to the left of, right? Similarly, if we try to locate the element to the right of, so to the right of this particular element, we have one image again, right? Okay, but this particular image will have alt different, right? So let us see the same, right? So the alt in this case is going to be 𝐒𝐞𝐥𝐚𝐭𝐢𝐯 bike light, right? So let me show you the same. So we are simply going to copy it and paste it, right? And we'll give it name right element this time, and we'll try to change here to right off, right? And let us make a little modification. Right locator alt is, this is what we will get. Sorry, we won't get because we are still using left element here. Let me make the modification. Right element, here also we need to provide right element actually, right? And at last let us quit actually, because it is opening unnecessary windows, right? So let me run it once again. So you see, for left locator alt is so slaps backpack, while for right locator alt is so slaps bike like bike light, right? So this is how we can locate locators to the right as well, right? Now the next thing is we can locate below as well, right? So if you will observe, it has below, right? So below it has what? So let me go here and let us try to locate inventory items price, right? So what is this? It has class, right? So what we can do is we can write driver dot find element by dot class name, because we are able to locate class name. And then what we need is we need not here actually, instead what we need actually relative locators, actually relative locator, because we are trying to locate relative locator dot with and by dot class name. Here we need to provide class name, and then what we need is we need below, right? And the element to which like below which we want to locate, that was this particular backpack, right? So now we can provide this below, right? So with this we will be able to locate below element, right? So web element and give it name below element, right? And I'll shift this particular driver dot quit line at the end. Now what we are going to do, I'm simply going to copy it and paste this particular statement, and we'll use this below element dot get text in this case, right? And below element, right? So let us try to run it once again. So you see below element is $29.99, right? Likewise, what we can do is we can try to locate above element as well, right? So for that purpose, we'll go to the site as well once, right? Above element, right? And above element dot get text, right? So what is the above element? So the above element is products. So what we will do is we will go here and we'll give it name span, right? So by dot tag names, and we will provide span here, right? Let us try to see whether we are able to locate this, right? So as we are trying to locate above, so we will change above. So we have located relative locator by tag name span, and we are trying to locate it with respect to backpack. So we're trying to locate above backpack, right? Now let us try to run it once again and see what will happen. So for this also it will print below element. Actually I was unable to change information, so we'll see. So you see below element is product. For the next time it is saying below element is products. Actually it should be above. That's why it is showing like this. If I'll run it once again, we'll get this information. right? So we are able to locate left locator, right locator, below and above, right? Now the turn is to locate the nearest element, right? So what is the nearest element? So this is the nearest element, right? So what is the class name for this? It has class name inventory item DESC, right? So I'm simply going to use it and I'll copy it, or we can copy this class name syntax actually. That would be little handy. So let us give it name near element and give it name near element, and here also we need to make this modification. And in this related locator section we are simply going to replace this particular class name, because we are trying to locate this particular class name and we are trying to locate using near related locator, right? So let me explain. So driver.find element related locator dot with by dot class name. So this is the class name for this particular element, right? And this is near to this, right? And dot near, and we are trying to locate near to backpack, right? That's why we have written like this, right? Let me re-execute once again and let us see what will happen. So you see, below element, left element is printed, left locator element is printed, right locator is printed, below element is printed, above element is printed, and near element is also printed. So if I'll go carry dot all timings, so we are able to print this information, right? So this is how we can utilize relative locators to locate the elements, right? And this is what I wanted to cover as part of current lecture. Thank you for watching. I would request you to please like, share and subscribe. Thank you once again. Bye bye.